Hey everybody, welcome back to Blissful Broadcast. I'm so happy to see you all here. Today, we're diving into a topic that's incredibly important for every single one of us, and that's breast cancer awareness. We're going to be talking about 10 breast cancer warning signs that you absolutely should not ignore. You know, early detection is key when it comes to breast cancer. So, being aware of your body and knowing what to look for can truly make all the difference. So grab your favorite beverage, get comfy, and let's learn together. Remember, knowledge is power, and I want you to feel empowered to take charge of your health. Let's jump right in with our first warning sign, a lump in the breast or armpit. Finding a lump can be scary, but most lumps are benign. Any new lump should be checked by a doctor. Your breasts deserve attention. Make it a habit to do a self-exam every month. Feel around for anything unusual. Include your armpits too. Early detection is key, so reach out to your doctor if you notice anything. Our next warning sign is a change in breast size or shape. Now, our bodies are constantly changing, and it's perfectly normal for your breasts to fluctuate a bit throughout your cycle or as you age. But if you notice any sudden or dramatic changes, it's worth getting checked out. Maybe one breast seems noticeably larger or smaller than the other, or perhaps the shape has changed. Maybe it's become dimpled or flattened. These subtle shifts could be a sign of something more serious. Think of it like your favorite pair of jeans. If they suddenly felt tighter or looser than usual, you'd probably wonder what was going on, wouldn't you? Well, your breasts deserve that same level of attention. Keep in mind that changes in breast size or shape don't always mean cancer, but it's always better to err on the side of caution and get checked out by a professional. Let's move on to our third warning sign, nipple discharge. While some discharge is normal, any unusual discharge should be checked by a doctor. If you notice bloody, clear, or spontaneous discharge, that's a red flag. Discharge from one breast is another sign something might be off. So, if you notice any unusual nipple discharge, make an appointment with your doctor. Moving on to warning sign number 4, nipple retraction or inversion. What does that even mean? Well, it's when your nipple turns inward or seems to disappear into the breast. This can happen for a few different reasons, but one possibility is that a tumor behind the nipple is causing it to pull inward. Now, don't panic if you've always had an inverted nipple. That's totally normal for some people. It's when you experience a sudden change that you need to pay attention. Imagine your nipple like a cute little button on a shirt. If that button suddenly popped inward, you'd probably notice, right? Well, your breasts deserve that same level of observation. So, if you experience any nipple retraction or inversion, especially if it's a recent change, be sure to get it checked out by your doctor. Our fifth warning sign is all about skin changes. Now, our skin is our largest organ, and it can tell us a lot about our overall health, including the health of our breasts. When it comes to breast cancer, keep an eye out for any unusual changes in the skin of your breasts, areola or nipple. This could include redness, swelling, itching, or a rash that just won't quit. You might also notice that the skin on your breast looks dimpled or puckered, kind of like the skin of an orange. This is called peau d'orange, and it can be a sign of inflammatory breast cancer, a more aggressive form of the disease. Think of your breasts like a beautiful piece of fruit. If you noticed any strange spots, discoloration, or texture changes, you'd probably take a closer look, right? Well, Your breasts deserve that same level of attention to detail. Let's talk about warning sign number 6. Pain in the breast or nipple. Our breasts can be tender sometimes, especially during certain times of the month. And you're right. But if you experience any persistent or unusual pain, it's important to get it checked out. This pain might be sharp or stabbing, or it might feel more like a dull ache. Either way, it's always better to err on the side of caution and get it checked out. Moving right along to warning sign number 7, swelling of part or all of the breast. Now, some swelling is totally normal, especially during your period or if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. But if you notice any unusual or persistent swelling, especially if it's only in one breast, that's a red flag that shouldn't be ignored. This swelling might make your breast feel full or heavy, and it might even be warm to the touch. It could affect your entire breast, or it might be localized to one specific area. Think of your breasts like a sponge. When a sponge absorbs water, it swells up, right? Well, sometimes swelling in the breast can be a sign that something's causing fluid to build up, and that's something you definitely want to get checked out. Let's talk about warning sign number 8, nipple or breast skin that is red, dry, flaky, or thickened. Now, our skin can get dry and irritated from time to time, especially during the colder months. But if you notice any persistent or unusual skin changes on your breasts or nipples, it's important to pay attention. This could look like a red, itchy rash that just won't quit, or it might feel like the skin on your breast or nipple is thicker than usual. You might even notice some flaking or scaling. Think of your breasts like your delicate facial skin. If you suddenly developed a rash, dryness, or irritation on your face, you'd probably reach for your favorite moisturizer, right? Well, your breasts deserve that same level of care and attention. Now, for warning sign number 9, we're going a little deeper, literally. We're talking about changes in your lymph nodes. You know, those tiny bean-shaped glands that are part of your immune system. Well, sometimes breast cancer can spread to the lymph nodes under the arms or near the collarbone, causing them to swell. If you notice any lumps or swelling in these areas, especially if they're hard, tender, or growing larger, it's important to get them checked out by a doctor. Think of your lymph nodes like little security guards stationed throughout your body. If they detect something suspicious, like cancer cells, they can sound the alarm by swelling up. And finally, our 10th warning sign is breast asymmetry. Now, let's be real. Nobody's breasts are perfectly symmetrical. We're all a little bit lopsided, and that's perfectly normal and beautiful. But if you notice a significant change in the size or shape of your breasts, or if one breast suddenly becomes noticeably larger or smaller than the other, it's worth getting checked out. This kind of asymmetry can sometimes be a sign of breast cancer, so it's always better to err on the side of caution and get it checked out by a professional. Think of your breasts like a perfectly mismatched pair of earrings. They complement each other beautifully, even though they might be slightly different. Well, that's it for today's show, everyone. We covered a lot of important information, but the most important takeaway is this: early detection saves lives. So be proactive about your breast health, get those mammograms, and don't hesitate to reach out to your doctor if you notice anything unusual. And hey, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor and give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Let's spread the word about breast cancer awareness together. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'll see you next time on Blessed Blissful Broadcast. Until then, be well and take care of yourselves.